someone that I truly adore and admire, Carolyn Wonga from Essence. She's the CEO of Essence. And she talks about how showing up and being authentically yourself. And when she started off at Target, she was head of DEI at Target before she became CEO of Essence. She was like, she flat ironed, she had the relaxed hair. She wore her New York and Company cardigans, and she was like, I hated cardigans, but I did it because I was told that was what was professional. And she was like, in particularly to be told that the hair you're born with, the hair that grows out of your hair naturally is not good enough. It must be manipulated in order for you to be employed. And then she said to have to worry about somebody being curious and touching my hair because, oh my gosh, what is that? And so she was like, she made the decision that she, in order to be effective in her position as DEI at Target, she had to authentically be herself. She did locks and all this other stuff, but she was like, it's crazy that we make decisions about our hair based on our career growth. And so I want to bring in the Crown Act because the Crown Act is new. It's 2020, 2018, 2022, and not all states have signed on to it. So let's talk about the importance and the significance of the Crown Act, not just for hair, but how it fosters an inclusive environment for everyone, because everyone's going to benefit from this, even though it started off from discriminating against Black hair. Other people get discriminated against wearing a hijab, head wraps. So, Sekema, can we talk about that?
Yeah, but I wonder if the Crown Act has served the purpose that it has, especially when we think about the example from the high schooler, right? I think some of these laws, and I am not, I don't have a legal mind. Some of these laws are not written to be as inclusive as they're intended to be, because there's a reason why they were able to prove that it was still okay for them to, not honor. And so I think it's really, really about getting back to the representation of the conversations to make sure all perspectives are represented. Because to your point, we're sitting here having a conversation about Black hair, but it can go back to cultural, norms and religious reasons for folks wearing their hair in different ways or with wraps and so on and so forth. It has to be inclusive, right? It has to be from a space of it. And it can't be everybody in the room with every idea, but going out and making sure you understand the different perspectives, getting educated on the perspectives that are beyond just your lived experience or education is going to be really important to making the Crown Act or any other inclusion that we think about impactful.
Thank you. Ernest.
Yeah, I think for me, the Crown Act has been more of a great conversation starter and something that's kept the conversation going longer than I thought it would. I think even with what's happening now, we're seeing some of the limitations, which is good because that can maybe inspire or force legislators to step up to bolster that bill, strengthen it. But it's also a good way of having an accountability metric because, if you think something's wrong, if you think something is unjust, then you need to put some words behind it. You need to put a policy. You need to have some type of enforcement so that people can know that you're doing something to be proactive or preventative. So I do applaud them for putting something in the books, but now I think it's time to really now recognize that there are people out there that are looking to, move around it and, find loopholes. And there's clearly some loopholes now. And I'm curious to see what's going to happen next.